scary. Aww. Yeah. Hey, start down there, going this way on the hop, fellas. Finish. Good. Finish. Hey. Practice how you play, all right? Practice how you play. Hey, listen, very, very, very important that you take this conditioning serious right now. Work on your passes, make good passes. Finish your breakfast, bro. We don't got time for y'all to miss layups and bunnies tomorrow. If you're gonna dunk, dunk. Stephon, no dunks.
Welcome back to another episode of Spotlight with the Schumans. And it's been a while since we last posted our last episode. However, I hope you enjoy this next interview with Savannah High's head coach, George Brown. Welcome back to another episode of Spotlight with the Schumans. And today we have Coach Brown with us. Thank you for being on our show.
I appreciate you for having me, man.
And I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
All right.
So what made you start coaching?
To be honest, I was a player. I played in college. I played at Armstrong State up the road. In high school, I've always played, and I was always a point guard and a leader on the floor. So all my coaches actually told me that I needed to coach, and I never thought about it. And then I just kind of got gifted with this, so that's kind of how it all came about. But I never thought about it at all, which is crazy.
So what is one thing you like about coaching?
I like being able to give back to the youth. I like being able to connect with the kids in a different light. I just like to give them a different type of mentorship. You know what I mean? I try to be more of a big brother and an uncle than a coach, you know what I mean, and a father.
So how do you think your team's doing this year?
If you let me tell it, we're doing all right. We could always do better. We're doing okay. I think we had a couple of losses that helped us grow, but it's all a part of the lesson, man. We won the region. We got some players that got some very good accolades. So, I mean, overall, if I have to look back on it, we're doing really good.
So what would you say so far? What's your favorite moment of the year so far?
My favorite moment of the year so far? My favorite moment of the year probably was my first win as a head coach against Beach. Just because there was a lot of anticipation with that game. It's a rivalry between Savannah High and Beach. And Beach has been getting the best at us for the past couple years. So I was actually excited to get my first win in a rivalry game like that.
Okay, so how does it make you feel when your players succeed?
I feel good. I mean, it feels like I know that I'm doing the right things. Me and my coaching staff, we know we're doing the right things. So it makes me feel good, to be honest. Sometimes you want to pat yourself on the back, but you have so much going on, you can't. You just got to keep going.
So what is it? How much work do you have to put in to get like accolades y'all get?
Man, the work that you have to put in to get all the accolades that we got is crazy. Like I said, I got Coach of the Year, and I've lost sleep watching film. That's been like that since I've been a player. Makai Joyner, he won Player of the Year. He's been putting in countless hours in the gym. Deshaun Davis, Defensive Player of the Year, same with him. Jermaine Edwards, Jamonte Brown, like they all constantly put in work. So I'll give it to you in a nutshell. They have, some of them work out in the mornings. Then they have class. In class, they want to work out. And then you have basketball practice where you work out afterwards. So it takes a lot of work, a lot of work.
So what are some distractions that players have when trying to go next level?
I think the biggest distraction with players is they all see the glam and the glitz of being a college athlete, but they don't want to put the actual work in. I think you have to go with whatever opportunity works for you. Some people just see the D1 and want to go D1, but I played Division II basketball, and there was nothing but D1 transfers that I played against. I had a chance to go play professionally, so I think you get the same opportunities. But it's a lot of naysayers in people's ear, people trying to tell them to do stuff that's not good for them. I just think it's more important that you have a good supporting cast and have a bunch of people around you that know what they're talking about, actually.
Okay, so what is the relationship between you and your players?
Me and my players is actually crazy because most of them I got as 8th graders. They were playing and it was COVID, so they were able to come play JV with me. So now they're juniors, and then the freshman class that I've been with, I've had them since they've been a freshman. So we have a very tight-knit relationship. And I was the assistant coach for 3 years and just transitioned to the head coach. So it's different now going from the assistant to the head coach, but we have a great relationship. All my guys, man, they know we take care of them, we look after them. I treat them like they're my own.
So is there any challenge from assistant coach to head coach?
I'll tell you one thing that Coach Jordan used to tell me all the time, it gets hotter. One seat over, it gets a lot hotter. Now there's different questions about your coaching style, players getting minutes. Somebody's always questioning what you're doing, but the best part about it is if you stay true to yourself and you commit to your work, nobody can question you. Because at the end of the day, I know these kids better than anybody else. So I go with what my instinct is and what my coaching staff feels.
So past this season, what are your expectations for next year?
Next year, I have a lot of guys coming back. So I have 9 juniors right now. So they'll be seniors. So I'm expecting them to come back, win the region. I'm expecting us to have players in all region team honors. I'm also expecting us, like I said, to be better. Our job is to improve every year. So last year, I think we finished 21-8. Right now, we're 19-8. So we're trying to just continue to push the envelope and be better.
So would you prefer good offense and no defense, or good defense and no offense?
It's a tough one in today's generation just because offense highlights the skill set of everybody. But I'm old school, man. I was taught old school defense. I actually played for my dad's team. I played for my dad's team all the way up into middle school. And you know when you're playing rec, you know you get snacks and stuff after the game. If your man scored on you, my dad wouldn't give you your snack. So defense. I'm much more of a defensive guy. I score the basketball a little bit, especially in my playing days, but I try to preach and take pride in defense because basketball is simple. If I stop you from scoring, I win.
So what advice would you give to parents?
Just in basketball in general, trust your coaches. And don't be so quick to change when stuff's not going your way. I think the hardest thing with kids now is, and in this generation, is they hit a little adversity, and instead of running towards the adversity, they run the other way. So adversity is a beautiful thing, man, especially with our kids. Our kids know we hold them to a high standard. You can have a kid right now. If those kids weren't at practice right now, I wouldn't play them tomorrow, big game or not, because I'm trying to teach them life lessons. And if you keep running from life lessons, you'll never get over the threshold. So that's my biggest thing with parents, man. Let those coaches be coaches. Let those kids be kids. And like I said, trust all your information. Go to valuable sources for your information. I wouldn't go and ask a tennis coach about what a basketball player should do, if that makes any sense.
And I got another question. So how is it important to practice like you play?
I preach that. Practice how you play. Just because it takes 10,000 hours to be a master of your craft in something, and the only way you're going to get that is by practicing. I put it in basketball terms like this. Steph Curry, everybody sees him, the glitz and glamour. Steph Curry shoots no more than, on average, 9 threes a game. But he shoots hundreds and thousands of threes in practice. So he's preparing for that little bit of time that he's shooting. So you have to be a master at all your craft, man. Practice is important in every single thing that you do. Handwriting, being a basketball player, counting money. Everything that you do, practice is what makes perfect. So I think practice is the backbone of everything of being successful in life.
And that was the last question. And thank you for tuning in for another episode of Spotlight Humans. And thank you again, Coach Brown, for being on it.
I appreciate you having me. You got a bright future, kid, for real. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And yeah, we out.
We out, man.